Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sunny Side. I'm Sunny, and today this is part 2 of the relationship astrology, okay, astrosynastry between E. Jean Carroll and Donald Trump. All right, you guys ready? Part 2. That was a long one yesterday. We were looking at E. Jean Carroll's chart, and it went on for a little bit. Now, what we're going to do today is, and if you study relationships, this is really important day. this chart, for those who don't know, for those who are new here, I often use charts of the Sunny-Siders to explain astrological concepts or to teach astrology during the live streams. And that's what I do. And sometimes we wait, until a good day and a good chart comes up for some point we're trying to make in astrology. Now, what I'm going to show you today so what I'm going to do today, yesterday, I'll just show you as we go along, whatever. Okay, welcome back, whatever. So the inside chart is E. Jean Carroll, and the outer chart is Donald Trump. So this is, when you line a chart up like this, and this is a question you guys have for me all the time. What is it? Blah, blah, blah. In this situation, we are looking at how Donald Trump affects E. Jean Carroll. Okay, how his planets on the outside affect her on the inside. And that's what we were looking at yesterday. In addition to that, we don't have the birth time. So most of this is planetary aspect astrology centered around the sun and the moon. And that's what we did with a little bit of Chiron. Okay, whatever. So here we go. So just to show you, wow, I get it long-winded again, right? Okay, whatever. Okay, so here we go. Just to show you guys again, the energy in E. Jean Carroll's chart moves from the sun in everybody's chart to the moon. And because of this conjunction right here, and now her moon, we don't know her birth time, so her moon can be a little farther along. It could probably be 10 degrees farther into the future. So although I have her as a Gemini moon, which really makes sense here, it's possible that it's a little later in the day and she's actually a Cancer moon. If she was a Cancer moon, she'd be very nurturing. She'd want to take care of things. She'd cry a lot. And so she'd cry a lot. She might steal, maybe work in the porn industry, whatever. A lot of things with the Cancer moons can do. Now, in the way we have it set up here, anyways, it's kind of it's the same day. It's the same day, so it doesn't really matter. For those of you who don't know that, I'm going to say it again. It's the same day. Okay, so keep that in mind. Anyways, this is the way her energy moves to this part of the chart, to the moon. Everybody's energy moves from the sun to the whatever. And then it loops over into Donald Trump's chart, and that's Trump's sun. And so this is the strongest connection you can have in astrology. And like for Donald Trump, so this is the strongest connection you can have in astrology. And this is the way the energy is moving in her chart towards Donald Trump. So she can't let him go. And here's what's happening from Donald Trump's side. Donald Trump's son, he's born under this same kind of full moon. So, right, the energy moves from Trump, right, to there. Okay, to there. And because it's a conjunct her sun, and it's more of a conjunction than the other way around. So she can't really let go of Trump, but Trump really can't let go of her, right? The moon links back in there. So we have this little relationship loop that's happening. And when you guys ask me to look at charts and say, hey, is this guy any good for me? I'm always telling you guys, you want the guy to have a little Venus, his moon, to hook in with some part of the girl, and that way he won't stray, right? That's what you're looking for, like theoretically. It's like, or the woman has her moon hooked into your sun because that's what she's looking for subconsciously. So you can see there's a relationship loop that's happening here, and it's not necessarily obsession. The technical word for obsession would be some kind of Pluto action, and we're not going to look at that today. I want to show you guys something else. All right, next, next. We're not here to bash anybody. I'll show you something. Like yesterday we talked about like this here, the sun conjunct the north node makes someone an egomaniac, right? And down here, the moon conjunct the south node just drains everything you want away. It makes you feel like you can't do what you want to do, right? The moon is your subconscious, what you want to do. And by the south node, it just drains away every dream. I can't do what I want to do, man. So Trump's got this kind of weird kind of egomaniac, can't do what I want. He's got a trippy vibe. But she really completes his loop, okay? You can see it right there. All right, next. 5 minutes. Oh my God, maybe we'll edit this. Okay, so none of that's really the point. 5 minutes of recap. Okay, well, my videos are long, man. Relax. Okay, next. So here's what we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip the charts around. So I'm not making up the story here. And you guys know the story much better than I do. So you'll see, I'm not making anything up. So you'll see. So if you want to add more to the story or tell me what's really happening, then leave it in the comment section, man. So, because I'm curious. Okay, so here's number 2. So we just flipped it around. So in this situation, we have Donald Trump's chart on the inside and her chart is on the outside. So this is how, see Trump's a Gemini up there and he's a Leo rising. So this is how she on the outside affects Donald Trump. This is interesting. So, and I might, speak a little, in a cavalier tone here, because there are some placements that are very clear here that on the sunny side, we have terms for that might be a little offensive, but we're not trying to offend anybody here. And I'm going to tell you guys something quite sincere. If I was Donald Trump's astrologer, I would have told him to stay away from this girl. Yep. I'm not pro-Trump at all. I'm not pro anybody, anything. I'm pro SunnySide. But I'm going to tell you guys, if I was Trump's astrologer, I would have said, stay away from her. Now, there is massive connection with these two guys. Like, there's an unbreakable bond. Regardless of what happens, I don't expect Trump to stop. And I don't know what's going to, I don't think these guys are going to stop, right? These guys are connected. All right, now here we go. Now, I've seen some astrologers who use whole house or whole sign, put this here, because Trump is a Leo rising, they put all of this in the first house, right? All of that stuff they'd put down here and they would delineate it, they'd rotate it. But seriously, man, Trump is like born at 29.5 degrees. Okay? That's almost Virgo. So we're doing it. Plus, this is how I do it. So I'm just saying, this is why we're doing it like this. All right, next. Are you guys ready? So what's the first thing? So I want to show you guys something in her chart, and I'm going to show you a couple of things before we get there. Now, the first thing I want you to notice, I want you to actually take notice of it in Trump's chart. Trump has his Mars, his very showy Mars, in the 12th house. Okay, it's behind the scenes. Now, on the sunny side, we have that placement we call sneaky motherfucker. That's what we call that placement the sneaky motherfucker placement. And if I see it in a chart, someone's chart, I'm like, stay away from him, right? Don't date him. Remember, Friday nights on the sunny side is date night. I love looking at astro stalking your boyfriends. It's fun. You bring your, hey, Sonny, is this guy any good? All right, so check it out. If they have that in the chart, stay away. Okay, stay away. It means guaranteed divorce. It means cheating in relationships. It does mean death of a spouse. It means you don't, it's sneaky motherfucker. Like, it's so bad. It's not like, okay, so in relationships, so in a person, okay, it means cheating in relationships, sneaky motherfucker, behind the scenes, legal battle. It means stabbing you in the back. It's the unseen part of the chart. I'm going to say this simply. Mars is moving, attacking in the unseen part of your chart where you cannot see in your life. Sneaky motherfucker, okay? So be careful. Be careful when you see that. But it's also death of a spouse. So, or major problems in relation, like it's a bad thing on a number of occasions. It means you could go to jail. So be careful. Be careful. Not necessarily go to jail. During a transit, it could go to jail. So like, but not by itself. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, why is that so important, Sonny? Like, why is that sneaky motherfucker thing so important? Like, seriously, I couldn't care less. I'm not gonna date Trump. Seriously, seriously. So, oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. You can see. For one, I sail. I don't ride in a motorboat. Next, next, next. All right, next, next. So why is this so important? And why would I, if I was Trump's astrologer, like seriously, we got to help this guy out, right? We got to help this guy out because he didn't know. He didn't know. And so, but this chick, for whatever reason, for whoever or whatever or what the hell going on, whether it was Trump or some other guy, I'm going to tell you something about her. This thing in Gemini right here, it's, if you look it up, I think it was William Lilly, I think, says in classical astrology, he says, nothing good ever comes when Saturn and Mars join rays. So, like, and they're joining the rays, man. Nothing good. All right, relax. Everybody calm down. She's not that bad. She's probably really nice to everybody else except Trump. And so, but, here's the but. Here's the but. If they have that in their chart up there, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, that's a bad thing for them, right? A lot of people, they're going through a bad life experience. But you can always help people when they have their life experience a little messed up. But in this chart, it's the same, it's a very, almost the same placement. Because remember, we do astrology from, you should read the chart from the ascendant, from the sun, and from the moon. And when you look at this chart, you can clearly see that that Mars right there, that her Mars right there is behind his sun, or the 12th house of his sun. That means she's going to stab him in the back. She's going to stab him in the back. Okay, so for him, no, okay. So when you put the charts together, so she might not be a sneaky motherfucker. But for Trump, she's a sneaky motherfucker towards Trump. Once again, Trump all alone in his chart has sneaky motherfucker. But it's also legal action, hidden legal action. It's hidden enemies, right? Over here is open enemies. Trump doesn't have any open enemies for some reason. I don't know, it was a good, like, this is all hidden enemies, right? And attacking people behind the scenes. This is an open legal battle over here. This is a hidden legal battle over here. People planning in secret to cross you. And Trump has that in his chart, man. You can't say no. It's right there. And so all of that I just said to you, right? All of that nasty stuff. There's a good side to this too, sort of, if you want. But like, but all of that applies to the relationship with E. Jean Carroll towards Donald Trump. Towards Donald Trump, she's a sneaky motherfucker. Towards Donald Trump, there will be some hidden legal action. Towards Donald Trump, there will be some sneaky stuff. There will be death in a relationship. There will be hidden stuff happening. They have that in the synastry there, in the relationship astrology. Now you dial it back. Okay, so you do that. So that was a sun, that was a planet to planet aspect comparison. Now you dial it back and you say, where in the chart is this happening? And in Trump's chart, it's happening in the 10th chart, because we're looking at how she affects him, how her planets affect him. And in his chart, this is all happening in the 10th house. So what do I say when Mars is at the top of the chart? When I'm reading the horoscopes and I draw on the chart just like this, what do I say? I say there's going to be a problem with authority figures, right? And with Uranus there, it's unexpected. she's bringing a problem into his life with authority figures. She's bringing a very, very public, and Trump blows it up. His planets blow it. It's so funny. So she's bringing all of this to him, like very, very publicly. Like I would have told him, stay away from her. Like don't even like pretend to think. Trump, you remember how yesterday we were all, oh, relationship material. There's unbelievable attraction. But like, Trump doesn't want to marry this girl. No way, man. He can't let her go. He's clearly infatuated, but he can't let her go. But, you know, he doesn't, like, that's it. He thinks about sexy fun time with her, right? He thinks about playtime. But, like, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do, right? She highlights his home. What is such a bad idea, right? He may have, if things worked out between them, he might have bought her a house or something. This, you know, it's his, like, anyways, that's what I wanted to say. That's what I wanted to, the big thing I wanted to show you guys. I didn't mean to, you know, I didn't, but they have it in both of their charts. So Trump has it in his chart, and you can see how the relationship of the planets bring that out of her chart. It's interesting how it works together. There's secret stuff. There's secret relationship happening back here. Look at all that stuff. Lilith is in the 12th house, right? See, that's like hidden sex. Okay, so like Lilith is your sex, is one of your sex things. Pluto's one of your sex things. And like it's hidden, right? In the 12th house, hidden. All right, man. There you go. That's all. That's what I wanted to show you guys today. So like, it's not the easiest. Like it is and it isn't. I don't know what they're saying about each other publicly or anything, but like 100 years ago, if Trump had showed me, hey, Sonny, if he came on the sunny side and said, hey, Sonny, man, check this girl out. Like, one of the sunny siders, like K.O. Maz and all his girls. Hey, Sonny, I met another girl at the swimming pool. Check her out for me. All right, no problem, man. So, like, if I would have told him to stay away from her. And I would have said it would have been difficult. I would have said under normal circumstances, she might be perfect for you. But in this situation, you have to stay away. This girl could be your downfall, not only because it's very public and it's a real pain in his ass, but because he can't let go of it. So that's that's the thing with this thing. I wish him all the best. I wish all of you guys the best. This is fun. This is fun. Give me some more people to Astro Stock. Oh, I spit on my mic. Oh my God, man, this is fun. All right, whatever. Like, I give a shit. Welcome, subscribe. Don't subscribe. I don't need the fucking hassle. Tell me who else you want me to Astro Stock. This is fun. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the best of an amazing day, and I'll see you guys soon.